name's Anne Gross and I'm from the Primary Health Network in Broken Hill, and we're here today to have a chat to Dr. Wnsw, who is our lead doctor for Trac. How are you today, Dr. Wnsw?
Good, thank you, Anne. Hello everybody, welcome to the Rural Doctors Annual Conference in Sydney. I must apologise I haven't been able to make it. However, we're well represented for this program with Michelle and Reka, who are there in person, probably on both sides. And they'll be more than happy to answer questions that you have about what I'm going to say. I started in Broken Hill about a quarter of a century ago, and general practice at that time, we didn't have computers, let alone pictures of our children on the screens. We didn't have medical record keeping in an electronic format. Prescriptions were handwritten. I used to get sore wrists. Those were the days. And at the end of the day, you had a pile about this high of patient notes where you had to write all the prescriptions and referral letters that are backlogged from earlier in the day. However, with digitization and electronic methods of communication, we have come into the modern day scenario of doing a consultation via some form of teleconsultation. There was a psychiatrist in Broken Hill Hospital who actually started off telepsychiatry and went on to promote it in a big way from the University of Queensland. I've worked with him in the past. It was thought that psychiatry would do very well in this format, but I think it lends well to general practice. So to bring that to the snapshot, giving you the background and bringing you to here and now, you're here today and listening to the presentation about the Trac program. And I wish to personally thank the Rural Doctors Network for helping to keep this digital platform alive, where GPs can do a consultation with their patients in an aged care setting. Approximately a year and a half ago, the federal government started this initiative by having a project here in Broken Hill. We were one of approximately 3 or 4 sites, I think, around Australia. I'm told there's about 9 sites, okay. But we were one of the great successes out of the 9 sites. As many of you, my colleagues, will understand, GPs are slow to warm up to new technology. I was slow. I only went to electronic records in the year 2000. I was frightened of that 2000 bug that they were all talking about, which never happened. So we started off. Reka is the main culprit. She sort of put a lot of pressure on me to give it a go. So I thought, all right then. And compared to 25 years ago, when I'd get numerous phone calls from the nursing homes saying that so-and-so's unwell, we need an urgent consult, and you can't very well, I'm sure you can all relate to this, drop your patient consults and run to the nursing home. So unfortunately, even though they were just as important as patients, they were a lower priority in the gist of our day-to-day activity. So to go out at the end of the day at 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night to see someone who's been waiting since that morning is not appropriate medicine, I don't think, as I'm sure many of you will agree. So with the video consult program, it enables me to have a look at my patient records on the computer and simultaneously do a consultation via video link with a patient in an aged care setting. I think it's phenomenal. This is modern day Australia. The sad part is that the federal government chooses to fund non-GP specialists to conduct such consultations in the rural sector. Now, why can't GPs do that? So once again, if not for RDN, we wouldn't be able to continue this project. And in terms of care, it's exceptional care. Nursing staff, who are important partners in our management of our patients, can give us a history, can do an examination, for example, give a set of observations, etc., and give us an idea as to what's going on with the patient, and we can make important decisions about their care immediately, spontaneously, through a video link, prior to attending when we're able to at a later time or a later date. So that essentially is a snapshot of what the Trac program is, which is a digital video consultation, which many of our non-GP specialist colleagues have been doing for a few years now. And I'd like to see that happen in general practice as well. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Ramu.
For the last few months, we at Dubbo Family Doctors have had the benefit of utilising Trac as a tool to enhance our provision of care to our patients at 2 of our local aged care facilities. Trac has been wonderful. It's one of those innovations, a bit like computerisation of medical records, or discovery of H. pylori, or advent of laparoscopic surgery, even smartphones and emails, where you wonder how things ever worked prior to adoption of this new way of doing things. Of course, we know how things were prior to the Trac program coming on board for our patients at these 2 aged care facilities. Prior to Trac, for acute issues, the nurse from the aged care facility would fax or phone our practice requesting advice. Our GPs would typically be fully booked for the day, and so we would often provide what might be considered a band-aid solution in the form of some advice for the nurse over the phone. This would be without the benefit of either speaking to our patient or a visual assessment of our patient. We then try to feed in a visit to the aged care facility at the end of our working day, or squeeze in a visit sometime in the next few days. Now with Trac, the nurse can contact our practice, a Trac consultation is arranged, and we can see and talk with our patients prior to implementing further management. The Trac setup itself is very user-friendly. We just need a device with internet connection to be able to log into the Health Direct platform and connect with a patient at the aged care facility. So I've been able to do Trac consultations via my laptop at my surgery, been able to squeeze in Trac consultations between commitments at my other workplaces. And on one occasion I was in Sydney for a short trip and was able to utilise my iPad to perform a Trac consultation instead of having to call upon one of my GP colleagues who was unfamiliar with my patient to undertake a visit at the nursing home back in Dubbo. So what has contributed to the smooth implementation of the Trac program? I think the project team have done a wonderful job of coaching us GPs and practice teams, as well as the staff, importantly the staff at the aged care facilities, so that we're all gaining confidence with using the technology. The remuneration has been a bonus. It's certainly lovely to be able to be actually paid for providing care to our patients that's not a face-to-face in the same room consultation. But I think overall it's the benefits that are there for our patients, our patient experience, patient outcomes, benefits that are there for us as GPs, and I think also the benefits that are there for our aged care facility nurses to be supported in the work that they do by close contact with the GP. And there have been positive comments from family members of my patients as well. I think overall, I look forward to be able to continue with Trac consultations for our aged care facility patients down the track. I really see a utility as well in provision of after-hours care via telehealth, and I look forward to what this program as an innovator in its field will be able to bring down the track for us in how we routinely care with our patients in the future.